There we go. Hey, YouTube Gunman here. Welcome back to Space Engineers. Today we're going to be looking at a gutted version of the Charon with a lot less mods. This was a request by someone in the comments, actually. This is the finished unit, not work in progress. The work in progress didn't have a lot of the bits on the side here. And what is that? Why is there... Goodbye. So, it's not completely gutted. As you can see, there are some hydroponics farms here. But for the most part, it's heavily gutted. It's actually holes all over the place. Actually, that should be a window. So this is a gutted work in progress build of the ship. All the hydrogen tanks that were in here are gone. I didn't take those out. Oops, my bad. I was actually going to take out all those. I've taken out all the rest, so you can actually go all the way back and cut out a few holes, taking out a bunch of the batteries. Took out pretty much all of this, left that there so you know, but did not leave it on the outside. It's easy enough to figure out. I left the little windows and that there. This goes all the way back again. The batteries are gone. Left those there too. The request was basically just engines and a couple minor things. So yeah, that's what I've done. Here's the observation deck, which does have a cockpit unit, but that's not where you're supposed to control the ship. Observation deck there. There's basically no atmosphere. A lot of the solar panels are missing. The entire side panels here had to be replaced. They were just removed. I've used, as you can see, there's a different color gray to replace the stuff. This was a big amount of work. I just left it because it's supposed to be basic bare bones. But yes, inside here, this used to be full of 2 different kinds of cargo unit, another 2 more. How many were there? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There used to be 7 in here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. They're all gone. It's just a big empty room. I've added in some spotlights so you can see. The lights are off, just how big, which is nice. It'd be a nice carrier, actually. You just have to find a way to get them outside. This was full of gyroscopes, which, I mean, it still has a few, but this entire wall was gyroscopes. I've left it a few so you can get it to move. Add more holes. Don't ask for atmosphere to work. There are some engines, but I've removed about half, left some of the smaller reactors. Conveyors and cargo containers. Oh, okay. So cargo containers and reactors are still there. You can see the engines aren't in all places. This used to be full of engines and reactors and larger cargo units as well. More things for gyros, so this would move big time, but with them gone. Now you got the engines, basically were the only thing that I kept for the most part. I did switch out those because I deleted the small ones on accident. Oops. So you can stop the or no. Let's go forward. This should stop. I was going to use the work in progress one, but it was missing. All of this section was missing, which that is the way into the ship. Pretty much this entire side here was just gone. It was the work in progress unit. So yeah, and in this, they're here. I just noticed the lowest part of the ship is actually this thing just dangling out down there, but that's part of the build, so... This is a very unique looking ship. I mean, come on, look at this thing. And yes, those gaps are supposed to be there. This is... Oh, that's why! I was wondering how come it wouldn't allow atmosphere in here. It's because this was opened up. Oop. Well, I already posted to the workshop, so you can fix that. There's a giant hole. The actual ship's command tower is this way back here. This is your command tower. So, yeah. This is the only living areas you got left. With a way down, that's still closed. You can open that up if you want. The batteries here I left. Other stuff I have removed. This used to be just a wall of FTL and batteries. Now there's just a couple of FTLs, so meh. It's extremely heavily gutted. This is the the finished version of the ship. So yes, with all the gutting, it should allow for much better frame rate. However, oh, there's nothing here. There are a lot of holes that were put in. The holes all over the place, which now open up to the air outside. And again, there was this one here, which if this was closed and the other one was sealed off, you can actually have an atmosphere in this entire giant room. It was working, just doesn't now. Actually, I probably... Oh, I put in a few more holes, that's right. I put in that one, and a couple of others. So, it's going to need a lot of work if you intend to turn this into a full atmosphere unit. Or, just seal off this section here and call it a day. And the observation deck is in here? Yes, it is. Yeah. So, yeah, highly gutted, not completely gutted. But for the most part, everything's been removed. There was a connector there? No, there's a window. Oh, wow. Hydroponics are here, but without the area here, this is all vented. And you just have a passage into a large vented room. It wouldn't take too much to seal it up, but it'll take a little bit. That's a blue light. So, yeah. Yeah. What was in here? I forget. I don't know. But I used the finished version of the ship because it actually had, like I said, take a look at this. Basically went back, and then everything from that unit, from this drop down point right here, and out was gone. Oops, my bad. So it was all this was gone, and even some more on the back end as well. That's why it's the work in progress. So I used this finished version. But yeah, that's the command tower way back there. This is just observation, but you can command it from there if you want to. It's a lot lighter, but it has a lot fewer engines and gyros as well as reactors. So it'll cause much better frame rates. So yeah, that was the request. Worry about frame rate. So I did. Yeah. So, a gutted version of the EVE Online Caldari Charon freighter. Catch you later.